All right, let's take a look at Highlander's Ridge, hole one. A couple things before we get started. There is a badge to be gotten here. I'm not going to spoil it because some people might not want to know, but if you're interested, check out my other video. It's called "Tis But a Scratch," and it'll show you what the deal is. The other thing is somewhere, it's kind of hard to see, but between these trees down here is the T-pad for hole two. You spin around, you'll notice there's the Mandos for hole two, and then there's the basket. So really nice black ace if that ever comes up to a challenge, a black ace on this course. This one's pretty easy. I'm going to use the Accurate Sticky Harp, power it down. Got a very nice shape for this particular black ace run. As far as regular play on the hole here, pretty straightforward. There is an ace run, but it's risky. If you miss the basket, you're definitely going OB. So unless it's hole one of the daily, I don't know that I'd recommend ace running this. I think typically what I would do on this hole is slide left, put the middle chevron at the base of this tree, and then there's a couple discs that I think work better than most. The first one is the Accurate Windbreak Musket, and the second one is the Accurate Roll Sapphire. And the Accurate Windbreak Musket is probably the safer one. The Accurate Roll Sapphire can find OB, in part because of its tendency to want to stand up and roll, but it'll get you closer to the basket most of the time. But let's take a look, starting out with the Accurate Windbreak Musket. And the Accurate Roll would do the same thing. You just get a little more skid with the Accurate Windbreak, which is what I like on a lot of holes. A little bit extra distance. So middle chevron on the base of that tree right there. Pull down to about, 45, close to it. I don't know what that is, angle, but about this much hyzer. It's usually pretty good, I've found. And there's some rocks right here that tend to keep you from going OB, but not always. There is a gap in this rock wall right there that I'm sure was intended to give you an opportunity to go OB if you got too aggressive. And of course this does play a little downhill, but pretty easy shot. And off in the distance you can see the castle. The graphics on this new course, off the charts, really good. So that's with the Accurate Windbreak Musket. We'll try the Accurate Roll Sapphire. Same thing, slide to the left, middle chevron at the base of that tree, hyzer to about so. And you can see it's wanting to go a little bit long. Got a little friendly kick there for the tap in. But had I not hit those rocks, that might have gone OB. But there's enough rocks there where I think, generally speaking, it's probably going to be the anomaly that you go OB. There's not just that big one, there's some other ones there. And you can see that checks out rather nice. So very nice disc for that hole. I think either one of those is probably pretty good. The Accurate Glide Musket is probably a little too much. The Accurate Glide Sapphire is definitely too much disc. I mean, it'll work, but you can easily go OB. The Explorer doesn't want to quite get there. I mean, it'll work, but it comes up a little short. Not ideal. You can see well short of the basket. And if you land outside the wall here, you're fine. As you get down here, you can still land outside the wall for a little bit, but it drops off into OB. So you really don't want to be on the other side of this little wall right here. You want to be up here. And if you hit this tree, it's not bad. It's like 70 feet from that tree. So, um, but ideally, you'd like to get around that a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. In my bag, probably the accurate windbreak musket's going to be the disc for this one. I like the windbreak attribute. I like the distance on it. You know, it doesn't get you super close, but 64 feet downhill, you know, I expect to make that the vast majority of the time. So, so yeah, that's pretty much it for Highlander's Ridge, hole one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you around the valley.